seeing we didn't get to FaceTime.
Yeah, so I am Bryce with Aquarius Home Inspections. Just doing a quick overview of some of our findings. We're in this family room, and this middle window, the upper sash, the springs that hold up the sash are either disconnected or broken, so it wants to drop. The springs can be replaced or fixed, so that doesn't happen again, but you need a window contractor for that. You don't necessarily have to replace the entire window. And then these three windows over here, I couldn't even get open. They're not locked, you know, they're unlocked, but
none of the windows have been opened.
I don't think they've ever been opened since they were put in probably the 90s. I'll have to fix that later.
That's plastic broken, yeah, so, okay.
I have to put that back up. The other thing is sticking to windows is out. Well, it's easier to show you outside. So you have these three casement windows on this side. This is the hallway. I think that's a bedroom back there. But I tried opening it and this whole sash wanted to fall out. All the it's a solid vinyl window, but all the mechanical parts are completely rusted out. There's nothing really holding this window in. You can see it moving, yes, but the lock.
That'll need a new window.
It was like this for this window. I couldn't get that middle window open. There's no crank, but pushing around like this, it doesn't move like that. But you're gonna want someone to look at all three, because the last one on the bedroom too, I didn't even open. I just saw from outside. I saw another.
So that one, yeah. So it's probably
piece of
the
metal
same.
here,
Yeah.
and this moves.
Yeah. Okay.
All the other windows operate fine. It was just, you know, these few right in this corner here.
Okay.
There is a small leak in the hall bath sink drain, just a easy hand tight fitting. And in the kitchen, the outlet to the right of the sink is not GFI protected or shock protected. Everything else is. It's just that one outlet. It's supposed to be within 6 feet of the kitchen sink, and it's right next to the sink. The instant boiling hot water heater must be off or something.
Where is that?
It's on the kitchen sink. It's a
okay.
special valve. So
Okay.
you turn the valve, nothing happens. They might have it off. They have a bathroom toilet off. So as far as water valves, I don't touch water valves. If they're off, they might be off for a reason. And if I turn it and it leaks, then I own it. So I'm not, you know, everything's supposed to be operational.
Okay.
But that's just for instant boiling hot water. In case you want to make a cup of tea or something, you don't have to put it on a kettle. It's just instant hot boiling water.
Okay.
Everything else is operating as it should. You'll have a full detailed report of like the ages of your mechanical systems, your water heater, and things like that. Your roof was put in 2003. These are 30-year architectural shingles, but they tend to last a little less down with the sun down here in Florida, so the sun beats on them, so they're fine. But there are some areas where there's some heavy wear just because of the age. There's a section on the back side, this section here and the back side of it looks like, and I'll have it highlighted in the report, looks like it was recently replaced. Like the shingles were recently replaced. They look newer. They look like they're in better shape. And like I said, I was up on the roof, so I'll have close-up photos of that. I didn't see any signs of like active leaks. There's a couple of small stains, but they're dry. I hit them with a moisture meter. There's no moisture in them whatsoever. They could have been from a previous leak from many years ago and never touched up.
That's on the ceiling, you mean, or on
on the ceiling. It was in the utility closet, so it, you know, it's not. You know, that's why no one touched up the paint on that. And I think one in the garage here. Okay. But again, you know, it's in the garage. It's dry. The roof looks fine. There's no missing shingles or anything. It could have been from a leak before this roof was put on in 2003, and you know, no one really touches up the paint on their ceiling in the garage. So you have on the outside outlets by your barbecue area, they are not shock protected or GFI protected. and they should be, because it's exterior. Anything exterior near wet areas, bathrooms, kitchen sinks. They should be shock protected. That's these two here.
Okay.
I just didn't say that they're not shock protected because I don't see the reset buttons. I have a special tester that simulates a ground fault and tests that function. And this is just another little storage area, I guess, barbecue area.
Yeah. Was this shut? Should we shut
that? Was open.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it was just to show that, but the seawall appears to be in good condition. You know, it doesn't seem to, it's not going to fall apart in the next 5 to 10 years. It looks very similar to what's across the way. No large cracks or shifting. The thing with big structural concrete components is that even if it is moving, it moves very, very, very slow. It takes almost months or years to determine if something's constantly moving. And that's something structural engineers measure, and they have to come back and forth and everything. But I don't see anything significant that's saying it's, you know, there's an issue. Your hardware is not rusted off. There's not large cracks or shifting. There's your typical small cracks here and there in your patios, but they're floating anyway. But the structure of that looks great, and I'll post up photos of that in the report. There is a little bit of a humming coming from your boat lift. That's usually some small transformer or something that's just kind of like getting old. It's not like a safety hazard. It's kind of like an old fluorescent light. It just kind of buzzes or hums. If you wanted someone to look at it, I mean, everything works, but if you wanted someone to look at it,
electrician,
you know, but it's usually that's usually just like a transformer. Same thing happens with doorbell transformers. It's the same thing. You know, it's not like a fire hazard or anything. It's just, you know, you're just going to hear this little buzzing. Like I said, the pool looks good. You do have as far as the pool inspection, we're just looking for just a general inspection. We're not testing the water or anything like that. Some rust, you know, right where the water hits there, and on your ladder out there. These are probably very old. You know, they can come out, but everything else, the pool deck looks good. The water's probably a little high because of all the rain, and no one's here to drain the pool. But the pool equipment is working fine. Outdoor shower is working great. You have hot water out here too. So the pool pump looks good. It's working. It looks clean. I didn't even go near the panel over there for the pool because there's a hornet's nest under there, and I already got stung once. I didn't realize it was underneath, and I basically grabbed it.
There's one up there too, so
And
there's a few around there.
There's a few hornets nests around here and on the other side, so you may want to do some kind of treatment or something to get rid of those. You have a water softener here. We don't really go into like great detail as far as inspecting. We just observe it. Is it working? Yes. Has it been serviced in a while? No, because there's no salt in it. No one's here. So if you wanted, you'd have a water filter company come and just service it. And you just have to keep adding salt to this tank so it, you know, purifies the water a little better. This is your air handler. It's a very big one. It's doing the whole house. It was made in January of 2018, and I think on the permits I'll have it in one of the reports of when it was installed. The electric panel, the electrical looks great. The wiring looks great inside the panel. A few of the outlets in the home, because you have a mix because of the age of the home. Any outlets prior to the 70s is probably going to be ungrounded, and that's fine. It's not a safety issue. It's more for like power surges. So anything important, you just want to plug into a surge protector. And that's basically just like the summary of what we found. I ran all the water, checking for loose toilets, opening and closing any windows I could. We tested the AC and the heat. The attic looks good. You got plenty of insulation. Someone's blown in some fiberglass insulation after the house was built. So you got about anywhere from 8 to 10 inches of insulation, which is great. signs of any kind of structural cracking or improvements at all. It's overall, it's a really solid house. Just needs a little more, little maintenance and some TLC here and there. But overall, pretty minor. I think the windows are the biggest thing, because you could probably replace the hardware, but you know, have a window contractor check them out.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have to have them replaced.
I got one of those. If they're good, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
If they're not, if they just need a part, then it's probably still 120. What do you think of this? This is a ficus tree. Do you think a root coming out that should deal with it? And it's a long way to the pool still.
Not really. I mean, it's been there for a long time. If it was going to cause an issue, it would you would be seeing signs of it.
Good, yeah.
And it's not going to really do anything. It wants to go over here. It's trying to go for the water. It's going for the drain here. If anything.
Okay.
You know,
So that's a drain, and what's that?
it looks like it's just a junction for, could be irrigation. Yeah, irrigation control. Yeah, irrigation control valve for. I don't know what. I mean, where's the irrigation? It's
Maybe
all
there
rocks
was grass
here.
here once or something?
Yeah, there could have been something here, and they just, you know, you might have it here.
Oh, what
Or
about
just-
here? See, for piping it out there, yeah. Because they've got a lot of rocks, haven't they? So, yeah, that's...
Looks good. So you'll get the reports later on today. If you have any questions, you can email me. If you call the office, you're going to get my wife, and then she'll have to relay the message because I'm busy. I'm really busy today. So just send me an email, and I'll get back to you within the day.
Thanks so much, Bryce.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye. You'll have it tonight?
Tonight, yes.
Okay, thank you.